Figure I might as well do some leather working tutorials while I'm stranded out here in Auburn. So just a couple like little tips I figured I'd talk about. Needle and thread. Tip number 1. If you're doing a lot of like repetitive sewing, such as what I'm working on right now is like sewing a lot of these hat panels together. It's a 6-panel hat. So that's just like a whole lot of holes. The fair amount of thread there and back each way. And there's the hat band, or the headband, the crown, and a sweatband. And then the bail goes in the front as well. But what I was going to mention is if you want to save yourself some time just when it comes to like having to get new thread in your needle every time, typically what I'll do is I'll just grab about 1 arm length, like all the way across. It's about 6 feet for me, and then hold on, and then just to save myself some time, I like to see, you put it to where it's almost halfway, and then instead of having to do a knot or whatever some people do, I just this is synthetic sinew or artificial sinew, so it's like a plasticky stuff that's like really, really, really strong, and it's made of 5 different little chunks. This stuff I got from Temu, and it's a little shittier than the stuff you get from Tandy Leather or from Hobby Lobby, but that stuff comes in like 5 specific strands that you can actually separate all the way down the line if you don't need it to be this thick, because it's not thick, like it's very thin, but it's kind of flat. But you could, strength-wise, you could use a portion of this and it would be fine for most projects. This is kind of overkill, but I like all my stuff to be incredibly durable. But yeah, so you don't have to tie a knot or anything. You just get it to where there's about 8 inches to a foot hanging off at the backside, and then it's doubled over all the way up. And so that way I'm not having to, here, I'll just show you. I always like to start about 3 holes down from the beginning, like that, and then just leave like 2 inches out for the tag end. You work your way back up to the start, and then back down to where you actually started, and that kind of helps just keep it locked in, because it's technically a saddle stitch. It's just like the quicker way of doing a saddle stitch, where you don't need to have a stitching pony and 2 needles, and that it just takes forever doing it that way, and you end up with the exact same thing doing it like this. I don't know why everybody doesn't saddle stitch like this. As long as you get your technique down, it has the exact same effect where every single hole is locked in and the thread locks itself. But so this way, the effect that you get is essentially I'm working with what is workably is like a short thread, so that it's much quicker. I don't have to spend all the time just pulling through. But then you end up, just as soon as you start running into where it's pulling both threads through, you just pull your needle a little and then you twist it again. And because it's waxed like this, it kind of just stays. You don't need to, and I have the habit of the second I pull the needle through, I grab the thread, not the needle, and I pull that. So that, I don't have to, I almost never pull my needle up, or pull my thread out of the needle. Just a couple little tips, help it go a little quicker. If y'all want to buy a hat, hit your brother up. You can find me on here as Chico in Chico. To place an order, you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger if you want to ask for something real specific. If it's something you see me already making a whole bunch, it's probably something I have a lot of that material of, and you can literally just hit me up by I don't know, the simplest way, if you just Cash App me your address, and then in the notes put your address and what you want. Or you can always send me a text message or an email. My email address is chicodread420@gmail.com. That's CHICODREAD420@gmail.com. And if you want to shoot me a text, hit me up at 615-598-1568. I will never pick up phone calls. I have anxiety. Phone anxiety. But yeah, get it, your boy. I'm stranded, and I could use $1. I typically sell the hats for a little bit because they take quite a while, like punching holes and stuff. Like if I were to spend all day on just doing one of the processes, like punching holes, I could maybe get like 5 or 6 hats done, just the holes punched in one day. Maybe 5 or 6 cut out in one day. Like it, you know. So all in all, each hat takes about a day to do. So I try to get anywhere from, if it's like the easier hats, like the cadet style one, I try to get about 80 to 100 for those. And these 6-panel hats, I usually go about 200 or 180. It's an entire day's work for me. Also, I can do graphics on your panels with my laser engraver. Or whatever you want. I could literally put your face on it if you want me to. You probably don't want that though. I don't know many people that would want their own face on their own hat. It's a little too close to your face. Get one for your girlfriend. Get your girlfriend's face on your hat. Keep them other bitches away, you know what I'm saying? See, now it's getting to the point where I'm pulling, and then there's the other tag end hanging out. So that's the time when you just stretch her a little and twist it back up and keep going. Yeah. I got a friend coming. I'll resume later.